when I say, I cry, I'm so excited about them getting back to life. And so many times I've said to myself, my God, people need to hear these stories of there's nothing that can be done. And then they recover. If you're suffering, I'll take Tim's story, rheumatoid arthritis. They're told there was nothing that could be done. It was just suppress your immune system and try to keep your inflammation down. But he went back, full recovery, back to construction work without drugs. Welcome to the Deeper Healing Podcast. I'm your host, Danielle Howley. This is for everyone who's been dismissed, misdiagnosed, or told to just live with it and refuse to accept that answer. You're going to hear amazing patient recovery stories, raw and real in their own words. People who found answers after everything had failed them. You're going to hear from medical experts we trust that are pioneering new approaches to healing the body because we deeply know we're designed to heal. Let's dig in. Hi, I'm Danielle Howley, and I'm the host of the Deeper Healing Podcast, and I'm so glad that you found it. I always feel like the right people find us at the right time. So let me tell you why you should even be interested in this thing. I'll give you a short backstory. 37, husband gets really sick. He was a big, athletic, fun-loving guy, and after 10 years of going through medical treatments, both conventional and functional, holistic, integrative, by 47, he's 100% bedridden, and the doctor's telling us that we should prepare for him to pass away. These were really dark times. I decided in a dark corner to throw a lob ball, what's a crazy out of the box thing, and basically put a little stay and heal program together on my own. And the dark corner of that was, well, he'll either die and there'll be insurance, or he'll get better and he'll go back to work. So and it was a desperate feeling. And I had 3 kids at that time. And he recovered in 5 weeks and went back to work. And that was 8 years ago. But that began the journey of deeper healing. And long story short, I basically, after going through so many different medical experiences, kept saying to myself, can't we do better? Isn't there something better out there, like smart doctors, ways to treat the body naturally, and a loving staff that is just like rallying around the person and really loves them and is in relationship with them? And I could never find that. So I kept saying, why can't we just start something new? And I tried to get people to start one. And eventually it ended up being me. So I stalked the smartest doctor I could find. And we opened the doors in 2019. Deeper Healing was born. And that grew and grew and grew and grew until now it's a center where people come in from around the world. And last year there was a movie made about us. And during those 6 years, I have had thousands of people, thousands of conversations with sick people all around the world. And they open up to me. They share these incredible stories of suffering, and then they go full arc into recovery. And when I say, I cry, I'm so excited about them getting back to life. And so many times I've said to myself, my God, people need to hear these stories of there's nothing that can be done, and then they recover. I mean, if you're suffering, I'll take Tim's story, rheumatoid arthritis. They're told there was nothing that could be done. It was just suppress your immune system and try to keep your inflammation down. But he went back, full recovery, back to construction work without drugs. So that's just one example, but there's a lot. And if people could hear these stories of recovery, they would have so much hope. So this has been my dream, is to let people tell their own stories in their own words, what they tried, what worked, what didn't work, what they spent, how they found it, how it affected their marriage. I'm telling you, we bawl our eyes out on here, and it's so sincere and heartfelt and amazing. And most of the time, I'm just going, tell me more. It's my honor to host this show, and it's my honor to literally have a platform where people can tell their own stories. The other part of the coin is this: how do we never become the sick person, right? So we also want to give practical tips for everybody else, here's what you need to avoid to ever become sick. We're in a very toxic world. People have varying degrees of understanding with that. Some people are coming to Deeper Healing very knowledgeable, and some people are literally like vaping, drinking Diet Coke and wondering why they're sick. So we do a lot of like practical life hacks in here. And then the other thing we do is we have a platform for medical experts that I feel and the doctors here feel are just pioneers doing really great work, who are shining examples of treating the body naturally and helping people recover. We really want them to share what they've learned, what they've seen, their journey. A lot of times they're connected to patient stories, but dig in, be inspired, share these episodes. You're going to go through there. We're going to try to be really specific where we're like, um, you know, Angela, cancer, or, ADHD, or, there's going to be children's stories in here. The stories are going to be really wide ranging, but there's going to be common threads. And the common threads are that they're not genetically defective, they're environmentally hijacked. And the good news is, if you're environmentally hijacked, what I mean by that is like heavy toxin loads, heavy metals, heavy chemical levels, viruses, all the different things that come together when your immune system's suppressed. If you're environmentally hijacked, you can reverse those things. And who knows how to do that? Well, Deeper Healing and the people that we have on the show. So I hope that this literally reaches so many people that need it. And I know it will find the right people. So dig in. So glad you found us. Welcome to the Deeper Healing Podcast. Thanks, guys. We hope this episode inspired you. Here's how to go deeper. Visit deeperhealing.com to become a patient. Online, we have loads of courses and a free toxin quiz. Subscribe, and please, please share this episode with someone who needs it. It's always that one-on-one support that really gets people to find Deeper Healing. Remember, this is educational content, not medical advice. The information shared here should be discussed with your own personal healthcare provider. If you're excited by listening to the medical experts or the personal recovery stories on here and you want to start your own deeper healing journey, go to deeperhealing.com and start your process.